My name is Jackie, channel name latinaplants. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're doing a plant shop tour. I wanted to give you guys a look around at my plant shop and all of the plants that I have for sale. Some of them are listed on PalmStreet and Facebook Market, but some are not listed yet. I'm trying to find the time to list everything still. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the entire plant room. I'm going to turn you guys around and show you. Let's see. So that is where you were on my ring light. Behind my ring light, I have this trellis that I have set up with some of my alocasias. Right below, I have this setup here where I have a tray full of some pothos varieties. I have the jade pothos. Actually, this was a Jacinia that reverted, so she's all green. This one is a golden pothos. I also have a marble queen here. I have the neon pothos. And I also have the heartleaf philodendron, just the two green versions. Really nice size pots. Let me give you a look here. Fully rooted, growing so much, and trailing already. Hi. So I have two of those. Here are a group of plants that I need to ship out this Monday. And then I have my catchy there for fungus gnats. Here I have another tray. Some of these are ready, some are not. For example, I wouldn't consider this a ready plant just yet. All of these are not ready just yet. This one's not ready yet, but this one here is the philodendron silver stripe, and she is ready. She's super long, trailing, beautiful, full pot. I believe this is a 4.5-inch pot, fully rooted. Then here I have some more pothos varieties, some global greens that reverted. As you can see, it is a global green. It's just not showing a whole lot of variegation, so it's mainly green. Some Jacineas that are reverted as well, that are just green. And then I have a few marble queens back here. Let me pull out one so I can show you if I can. They kind of are intertwined with each other here. This one's not my fullest pot, but she's pretty long and lush. I will probably need to add some more to the top of her here, just because she's not as full as I would like her to be for sale. But these are good size, and I'm selling them for probably about like $10 each, 10 to 15, depending on the size of these plants. Over here, I have some neon pothos. Also, this philodendron Brazil, they gave me a lot of the lemon lime leaves. But as you can see, it was a philodendron Brazil. I also have a global green in here. Not very full looking. I will probably add more to this pot before I list her. I have a Monstera adansonii here. She's getting pretty full and beautiful. I also have the Epipremnum marble. Really nice size. Fully rooted, as you can see on the bottom there. This global green is a beauty right here. This is what I like to sell. Nice, full, variegated plants. As you can see, jam-packed in there. Lots of roots. Very happy and healthy. Beautiful variegation. And I have two of those available. One there and one here. And then this one is the Brazil. I'll give you a little look at her. She's super long as well. You kind of get two plants in one here because you get the Brazil and you also get the lemon lime. Or the lemon lime philodendron. And then here, that's my mother plant there of my begonia lucerna that fell that I had to chop back. And obviously, as you can see, she has filled out a lot there. Here I have a plant. This is the flapjacks, I believe she's called, and she is waiting to be picked up by my friend. I also have a string of turtles here growing nice and lush. She will be listed soon as well. And I just have her in a deli container with no drainage. And she's been doing great and growing there. And I didn't go in detail about my alocasias, but my alocasias here are my Alocasia Regal Shield. I have quite a few of those available. I also have the Alocasia sinuata or Quilted Dreams. And I have two Alocasia Maharanis here. Doing great. They're getting ready to give me a second leaf. Those are fully rooted plants as well. And now I'm going to move you slowly back so you can see everything here in the setup. Down below, I just have a bunch of my nursery pots, as well as saucers and things like that as storage. I do want to get some kind of cabinet storage along this wall and put a counter on top. And I think that will be just more aesthetic for me, so you don't technically see everything there. Now moving on over to the shelves here. It is 8 o'clock, so everything is off. All of the grow lights on the top that are normally on and the ones on the shelves are off, that are normally on are off. I do have catchies. I have little fans that blow circulation around the room, circulate the air. I also have these meters that I put on the racks here to tell me the temperature and humidity in the room. So I have two of them on here. I also have one closer to the window here because sometimes in the window the temperature and humidity will be different. So that just helps me keep track of that for the plants. All of my plants are in trays. Down below, I have been able to clear off all of this bottom row with plants I've sold. That box there are some plants that my sister-in-law sent me to rehab for her. And so that's a project that I'm going to be working on. The shelves above them are all trays of my propagations. Most of them are pretty much ready to go. I have some string of turtles. I have the string of hearts variegated as well as the green version in there. I have some Adansonii wet sticks. I also have some alocasias in this tray here that are growing nice and lush and are pretty much ready for a new home soon. And then here I have some Hoyas that I like to propagate in cups with no drainage with some moss for some giveaways. I also have some string of turtles or string of hearts here. And then here I have some philodendrons, some Hoyas, alocasias, and a random fern that just grew out of nowhere. This next row here, I have a mix of plants. Starting on this side, we have some African violet babies. These are not ready for sale yet. As you can tell, these are pretty bleached out and malnutritioned. So I'm going to get all of these to a healthy state so they look beautiful, big, and lush like these on the top shelf here. And a lot of these are in bloom. As you can see, some purple and pink blooms. And then here are some more babies that I have that I'm working on. All of these have been grown from leaf cuttings. So leaf propagations, and I've grown them out to be these large, beautiful plants. For example, I'm going to pull this one out. This is one of my favorite ones out of the bunch. She's highly variegated, beautiful blooms, doing great. And I do bottom water these. They do have some wick string, but I just bottom water them. So I have them sitting in the tray, and once a week I will fill their tray with some water. And I just use 1 liter of water per tray. For all of my plants, I bottom water all of them. Here are some more here, doing great. This one looks like it got some water on it, so it's got a little bit of damage on that leaf. But I have a ton of these beautiful, and as you can see, they're huge, huge variegated African violets that are available for purchase. These are a little smaller, but they are starting to grow really big, so they will need a little bit more space soon. And then below that, I have some Hoyas here. I have the Hoya curtisii. I have 3 of those. They're in 3.5 or 4.5 inch pots. Nice full pot, rooted in there. Doing great. And then I also have the Hoya species Affinity Burtoniae. The white powdery stuff that you see on the leaves is sulfur. I treated all of my Hoyas with sulfur. I also have quite a few Hoya rositas, about 4 of them. 2 of the Burtoniaes here. Again, in the 4.5 inch pots. And back here, I have a Hoya parasitica heartleaf splash. She's got about 3 or 4 tendrils growing here. She's nice, full, lush, well-rooted. Very happy, easy to care for plant if you're into Hoyas. Here I have all of my Hoya minis or starters. This row here are all Hoya bellas. I also have the Hoya pachiclata. And in the back row, I have the Hoya calypsophylla splash. Trying to show you how beautiful she is. She's got 2 tendrils growing here. Nice, beautiful splashing on her leaves. I'm very happy. You could never be this organized. Yeah, I'm pretty organized with my plants. I want them to have the best health, the best conditions. And so moving on over to this tray, I have the Hoya Mathilde here. Again, these are all starter plants. Nice new growth there. These are supposed to be the Hoya Mathilde splash, but my mother plant is not very splashy, so they're not very splashy. Then I also have the Hoya latifolia albo marginata here. This one is growing really well, as well as this one. This one, not too much growth coming from her yet. Another Hoya species, Affinity Burtoniae here. So I have, it looks like a total of 3 of those available. And then this yellowy looking leaf is the Hoya gracilis memoria. I believe her leaves are yellowy like that because she doesn't like too much light, or maybe I'm giving her too much water. But hopefully we can resolve the more yellowy looking leaves. Over on this shelf, or this tray, I have these, they're Asian violets. Let me show you this one. They're really beautiful. They bloom just like the African violets, but they have a pattern on their leaves. They have the same growth structure as the African violets, but these puff out a lot as well. And the blooms that they get are like bell-like shaped blooms, really beautiful. A little Hoya pubicalis splash here that I just propagated in pon. She's growing. She definitely needs a little trellis and to be up potted soon. Now, this entire row here I just showed you are all of the mature African violets that are ready for new homes. Up top, I have some of my ficus, Audrey, and I forget what the other ficus is called. It's like a green on green. These I propagated from the mother plant that I had before. They were one leaf propagations with a stem, and this is what has grown so far. These grow into nice sized trees, and I have about 4 of them. Well, 3 of those available and 1 of the green on green variegation, which is this one. You can't see it too much, but green on green variegation. I also have this Schefflera umbrella tree that I will definitely have to up pot very soon because look at all the roots coming out of her from the bottom and the top here. She's very big, full, lush Schefflera. Definitely in need of a home because she's getting so large. But for now, she can stay on that tray till I can get her potted up. I am going to probably bring these trays down to show you them more up close. So let me set you back up on the tripod. Okay. So let's bring this tray down so I can show you the plants better. I'm going to set it on my table here. And maybe I'll bring you in a little closer. There we go. So I'll show you each plant one at a time. This one is the regular Hoya carnosa. She's on a 3D printed trellis that my husband printed out for me. This pot is a 3.5 inch, I believe, or 4-inch pot. She is fully rooted. Hopefully you can see all those roots there. And she's super healthy, growing fast. Multiple plants in here, nice full lush pot. The next one is another Hoya parasitica heartleaf splash on a 3D printed trellis. Same size pot, fully rooted. Most of these are all like wet because I just recently watered them. But I love this plant because she's number one, she's a fast grower. Number two, she's easy care. And three, I love the splashes on her leaf, and she can get really, really splashy on the leaves. Super beautiful, hardy plant. And she is a Hoya as well. Next Hoya is the Hoya Crimson Queen, because she wears her variegation on the outside of her leaf. And so that's what makes her the queen. Love this super almost half moon leaf that she gave me here. This trellis is full, you guys, again in a 3.5-inch pot, super rooted, ready for a new home. She's got quite a few of the super variegated leaves here and growing really tall. I have wrapped her around this trellis a few times already. She has given me a lot of growth. Beautiful Hoya. One of my favorites. Very beautiful variegation. And she's another easy and hardy Hoya. Another one, if you're into the splashes on Hoyas, is the Hoya Carnosa Freckles. This one is not super freckly, but she has the potential to get more freckles. Love these Carnosa Hoya varieties. They're one of my favorite ones. Super lush basket or pot. Again, with a 3D printed trellis. And these 3D printed trellises, like a luck of the draw. I have ones that are black, some that are white, and some that are green. You really can't choose the trellis that they come in or the color because it's just too much. I don't want to break off any leaves and stuff to like switch out the trellises and stuff. But all of my plants that I list, I give them a number or a letter, and you will see that on the picture as well as on the title of the plant. You will see it, and that's how you know that's the exact plant that you're going to be getting from me. I don't do the whole grower's choice thing because I like to be able to know what I'm going to pick when I buy plants, and so that's why I sell that way. Hopefully these fans in here aren't too loud in the audio for you guys, but I need to keep the circulation going in this room so that we don't have any kind of mold issues. This next one here is the Hoya Fitchii. She's on a skinnier, taller trellis. Super long and lush. I believe she has peduncles. Yes. She has 2 peduncles. I don't know if you can tell here. This is one peduncle here. And this huge stem here, looking stem here, is another peduncle. And she hasn't bloomed from those yet, I don't think. I think from this one she did. Unfortunately, I can't show you the bloom because she's not currently in bloom, but beautiful Hoya. Love the veination on this plant here. Very easy to care for. Fast grower as well. Beautiful leaves. And I don't even remember what the scent on her blooms were. I have 2 of these Hoya Fitchii. This one is the second one. She's not as full, but she will be there soon. Love the beautiful veins on these leaves. Gorgeous. Okay, let's put that tray back up. That is everyone in that tray. And this entire top row of plants gets light from the grow lights that I have attached to the top trim. They're Barina grow lights. They are a little bit of a yellow hue, which I'm gearing away from them. I really like the white hue, the more blue toned ones, because those show the color, the true color of the plants. Now this one, I'm not even going to take the whole thing down because it's an entire tray of the Hoya pubicalis splash. But what I will do is I will take one down and show you my pubicalis splash, not for nothing, but she's super splashy, splashier than any other Hoya pubicalis splash I've seen before. And so if you're into these fast growing pubicalis splash, easy to care for, this one is one for you. She is huge, you guys. Lots of big, long leaves. Beautiful, beautiful splashing. And if you give her highlight, this splash will turn into like a pink mauve kind of color. And it's just gorgeous. Super full, comes with a 3D printed trellis in a 3.5-inch pot, fully rooted, you guys. Very big and lush. This is definitely a full plant, not a starter plant. This next tray, I will also not bring all the way down, again, because it's an entire tray of, I believe, yes, except for one, it's an entire tray of the Hoya australis. Now this one is just the green version. This one here got a little burn, which is why I moved these Hoyas to the top rack or to the top of these shelves, because they were touching the grow lights too much and they were getting like little burn marks like this. And so not a big deal, just a little cosmetic damage. But this is the Hoya australis. She's known for her beautiful waxy green leaves. She can give you some like burgundy colors if she's a little sun stressed. She comes in a 3D printed trellis in a 3.5-inch pot, fully rooted as well. This one I do have listed either on Facebook or PalmStreet as the letter B. And I have about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these available. There is one that is not on a trellis just yet because she is not tall, but she is fully rooted. If you're interested in one without the 3D printed trellis, this one I will list for less. And I always put multiple plants in my pot so that you get a nice full pot of these Hoyas, especially because these are the more common ones. And so, yeah, I think you should have a nice full pot of them, because I would like a nice full pot of them if I bought it. And I dripped water on the floor. I'm going to clean that up. I got my microfiber towel here, which was the reason that I grabbed it. Because I knew some of these plants would be dripping still. Okay, let me use my rag to hold underneath the plants that I pull out. This next shelf here are just propagations, so I'm not going to pull anything down from there. But the last one I'm going to show you, they are begonias. And if you watch my recent-ish video about my begonia propagations, where my mother plant fell over and I had to propagate all of those pieces, you would know that my begonia Lana took a tumble and I had to cut her up, and I propagated all of these begonias from there. I did recently cut off the mother leaf just because they started to look depleted from energy. And yeah, she's growing great. Nice new leaves. She's an easy to care for one. I do have them in the propagation cups, but when I sell these, I will be potting these up into some clear nursery pots for you guys, because I just think that's better than selling something in a clear cup. And so I have probably about 10 of these, maybe more, of the begonia Lana. This other begonia here, I don't know her name, what her exact name is, and her bloom just fell off. I'm not sure why her bloom never came out correctly. Kind of got stuck there, but this is another beautiful begonia that I will be listing soon. I have just been waiting to see more growth from her and to make sure that she's acclimated to her soil that I potted her in. And she seems to be doing great, except her little bloom fell off. I'm not sure if that's a humidity issue or what, but yeah, her blooms seem to have gotten stuck here. I don't know if you can see that. And this one just fell off, unfortunately, but she's got cute pink blooms. The next one I'm going to show you here, I forget the name of this begonia, but she is beautiful. Sorry, I'm a little sniffly. She's fast growing. She has grown really fast for me so far while she's been here. I have not seen her bloom just yet, but she's given me lots and lots of new leaves here all the way around. She's doing great. She will be available really soon. And the last begonia that I wanted to share with you guys here is this begonia Lana. Another beautiful begonia, doing great. Love the silvery stripes on her leaves. And she's even popped out another stem here. And she's been growing pretty fast and steadily, so she will also be listed very soon for you guys. Begonia Lana. Bless you.
Thank you.
And so I think that is everything in the plant room or in the plant shop. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do want to share before I go some of the things that I will also be selling on my shop. And let's bring you over here closer to where everything is at. I'm trying not to get Jasmine in the frame because she doesn't want to be in frame.
You can get me in frame. I don't mind.
So, one of the things that I have on my shop are the my soilless mix. This is an aeroid soilless mix that I made myself, and it is a 2-quart bag. And so look for that if you're interested. If you're not interested in my soilless mix and you're interested in the number 4 chunky perlite, I do also provide that for you guys. The next thing that I wanted to share are the self-watering pots that are super trendy and beautiful and aesthetic. You can get them with the opaque or the clear. I have them in 4 different sizes, ranging from 3 all the way up to, I believe it's 7. Let me see the size of this pot. 6. 3 to 6 inches. This is the 6-inch, and it will come with a wicking cord as well. This is the clear version, and it has a water indicator here where you can tell if you need to add water, refill your water or not for your plants. And the last thing that I wanted to share are my 3D printed trellises. I have this version here, and I can give you measurements. So across, this is 6 inches, and from top to bottom, it is 8.5 inches. So 6 by 8. This one had a little bit of fiber still, but nice, flexible, sturdy 3D printed trellises. And I have these so far in the white, the black, and the green available. You gotta move. Excuse me, Jazz. I need to get in here. Thank you. This next set of 3D printed trellises are really cute. I like these because they have the honeycomb pattern with the cute little bee on top. And I have these in different sizes. I don't really remember what all the sizes are, but this smallest one is, we're going to measure from the top of the honeycomb to the bottom is 9 inches. And from the width, we're going to measure from a honeycomb to the end of the honeycomb, and it's about 3 inches in width. So it's super cute. And these I have in the black or the white. And they can be printed taller or shorter, depending on what you would like. Now the U-shaped trellises, I also have these available. Again, nice flexible trellises for your pots. Trellising all of your beautiful Hoyas. So let's measure this one. This one is 12 inches in height, and the width is 3 inches. And these I have in the green, black, and the white available. And I think I will be selling these in sets of 3 for you guys on PalmStreet if you're interested in those trellises. And I think that's everything that I have for you guys for today. If you have any questions, type them in now, please. I'm free to answer anything that you may ask. I don't see.
What are you looking for?
The messages.
What else?
Let's look on here and see if anybody asked any questions. I don't want to give you my back. Let's turn around. Maybe this is better here. Yeah. Okay. John and Anthony are on. Hi, John and Anthony. Jess. Zion, hello. Mr. Sheffield. Hi, Rachel. Hi, how are you? Today I did a whole lot of prepping, you guys, before before I, not so much prepping, things that I already do in here in the plant shop. I did a lot of watering that needed to be done. I also did a lot of pruning, that needed to be done as well. And just, tidying up this plant room or plant shop so that I can share this room with you guys. I am going to do at the end a little pan around the rest of the room so you can see my entire setup. But this backdrop that you're seeing right now, I used to have these filled with plants, but I decided to use these for like things that I am using when I'm packing my plants or working on my computer for orders and things like that. So here I have like trellises that I am selling on PalmStreet, and then right below all of my stickers that I use for my plant shop, like my live plant stickers, my fragile stickers, and then my logo stickers. I have a holographic one and one that is like minty green with my logo on it. Made those stickers. The fragile ones I just purchased, as well as the plant stickers. And then moving on over here on this basket, I have these cute little stickers that I like to put in all of my orders. Plenty stickers, because who doesn't love some cute plenty stickers in with their orders? And I also have some plenty tags in here. I like to give everyone a tag with a label of their plant name with every single plant that they purchase, because I think that's useful, and I like to get that if I can on any of the plant purchases that I make. That way you don't have to search or guess what the plant name is. It's already on there. And in this basket, I have my thank you cards. I have two different ones that I like to use, and I just purchase these, you guys, as I go and as I need them from Dollar Tree. Not a big deal. They're just Hallmark cards. This cute flower one here, or rose one here that says thank you. And this one here that is my very, very favorite. She is my favorite. And they are blank inside. And so I just put in a cute little message and put them in an envelope, put some stickers in there, as well as the what is it? What is the bill that you get? Tess? What is it called?
What is what called?
When you purchase something?
A receipt?
I kind of like a receipt. What is it called? Oh gosh, I don't remember.
What?
Anyways, and here I just have these index card holder. No, forget it. Index card holder. I write down every single purchase. I'm kind of old school. I write it all down first. I do also have a digital storage spreadsheet of all of my sales and things like that, so I can keep track of everything in case anything gets lost or anything like that, and I have to do a claim or anything through the post office. Here I just have my blank index cards ready, available for me. On the next bin, I have these sandwich bags, the ones that don't have like Ziploc or whatever, just because sometimes the plants that get picked up locally, I may have to water, and then I water them, and I don't want them to like drip in the paper bags that I use to give them to the person. So I put a little sandwich bag underneath the pot, and that way there's no mess in there. Up here, I just have some special card my sister actually sent me or gave me for my birthday. Love to read it every now and then. And then just some wax melts that smell delicious. The next bin, two bins here, I have my planty tools. And these are very minimal tools, just a skewer, a little blow bulb thingy here, some shears, a little shovel scooper, and some tweezers, and then just a little teaspoon, measuring teaspoon. That's all I have there. The next one is just my spray bottle that I make myself. It's neem oil, neem oil? Yes. Neem oil, alcohol, water, and Dr. Bronner's peppermint Castile soap. And I use that to clean all of my alocasias and pothos and most of my plants, except for the Hoyas. I use sulfur to treat them. And then my African violets, I use Avid to treat them, because we got to make sure that none of these plants get any pests. And so let's move a little bit further this way. There we go. Sorry, you're getting blinded by this light. Let's turn that off. There we go. I have just some pencils, pens, and markers here. And then up here, I just have a ruler and some scissors. Here I have some of these little foam cork dots, stickers. They're for the bottom of pots so they don't scratch your surface and things like that. And then my shrink wrap roll tape. I have 2 of those. This is just a tripod, and then I have my super big tape dispenser here. It's just for packing. Makes things easier. It has a little laser to cut the tape. And that is about it. But I'm going to take you off. Let me back you up a little bit. Jessie, you're in the screen. You're about to be all up in it because I'm giving a room tour.
Oh, not.
Okay, let's flip the camera. So we looked at everything here, all of the plants that are available and everything. That is my ring light. Sorry for the glare from my ring light. These are my shelves, top to bottom. In that door there, just they see you. Say hi.
Hi.
In that door there are just all of my packing supplies, like boxes and things like that. And then this is my working desk here. I also use this desk as a vanity as well. I have my makeup stuff here. I do also have some crafty things in the drawers, not just planty things. And then this is my work area. My work area. I have some clear drawers here. And here I have these mesh that you use in the bottom of your pots. And in this one, I have my propagation pins. That's all I have there. And, you know, hair stuff, lotion, my mirror when I do my makeup. Then here I have my shipping label printer. And in that clear drawer, I have my bags for my potting mixes. Then I have my scale on top of my printer there. And here is where I do any repots and things like that. Got a little light there. And that's about it, you guys. Say bye, Jazz.
Bye.
So that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this plant shop tour. Please make sure to share it. Give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you want to see on the next live, and I'll share it with you guys. This definitely needs to be replaced. I forgot to throw that out. But anyways, let me know what you would like to see next on my live. I will probably put another poll out for you guys. I definitely need to repot or do something with my begonia lana, as well as my Thai constellation is suffering. That thing is like dying. I think I need to chop it back. And I don't know if it was the leca that I don't know how to use leca and it was my first time, or what the issue is, but she needs a desperate attention. And what else do I need to do? All of the plants here in the plant shop have been treated before. The only plants that I actually need to treat are my personal plants, which is why I keep saying Hoya plant treatment. um, and yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys again so much for joining me on this Friday. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. We had a pretty good one. We went to Fridays for dinner. Was it Fridays? No, not Fridays. We went to Friendly's for dinner. And yeah, we had a good time. And then came here and I said, time to go live. Okay. See you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye. Love you guys.